Stage 8. Egypt Adventure. Nadine and Nina came to play at beef and chips house. Nadine had a book about the ancient Egypt. This isn't just a book to read, said Nadine. It's a special sort of book. It's a model book, said Nadine. He opened it to show everyone. I get it, said Jeff. You press out the shapes, then you fold and glue them to make a model. The book had lots of shapes and the book had lots of shapes to press out and fold. Nadine pointed to one. Can you see what this should be? He asked. Of course we can, said Nina. It will be a pyramid. Chip found some glue. Then Nadine pressed out the shapes, and the others began to fold them. First they made a pyramid, and Nina had a different shape to fold. This is a sphinx, she said. They pressed out some tiny trees and people. Biff glued them all onto a sheet of paper. It made a scene of ancient Egypt. The children were pleased with it. I'm really pleased with the Sphinx, said Nina. At last the model was finished. It looked so good they called Mom upstairs to have a look. What a good job you made of it, said Mom. I like the pyramid and the Sphinx. The Sphinx was hard to make, said Nina. Fluffy ran into the room. He didn't see the model on the floor, and he turned it with his big paws. He knocked over the tree and crashed the Sphinx. Oh, Fluffy, everyone yelled. Fluffy wasn't happy. He knew he had upset the children. Never mind, said Chip. It wasn't Fluffy's fault. The Sphinx looked even better than before. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. The magic took the children back in time. It took Fluffy too. It's not my day, thought Fluffy. First I got into trouble. Now it's a magic adventure. The magic took them back into the ancient Egypt. They were standing by a pyramid. The pyramid was still breathing. Far off, they could see two more pyramids. This is amazing, said Nadine. I didn't think the pyramids were so big. Some people were pulling on the long ropes that are moving a big block of stone. That's amazing too, said Chip. I didn't know the pyramids were made of such big block of stone. Look over there, gasped Nina. She pointed to a huge Sphinx. Let's go and look at the Sphinx, she said. They all began to run towards it. Fluffy didn't go with them. He had seen a cat. The cat hissed at Fluffy. Fluffy couldn't stop himself. He chased it. It lit onto some blocks of stone. Fluffy jumped up too, but the cat was too fast for him. Biff saw Fluffy chasing the cat. She called to the others. They all went back to get Fluffy, but he was stuck on a block of stone. He couldn't get down. Oh, Fluffy, you silly dog, said Biff. The children looked up at Fluffy. He's a long way up, laughed Nadine. I'll just have to climb up and help him down, said Biff. Then a man ran over. He looked at Fluffy and gasped. The man called to some people. They ran over the children. At first they were talking and shouting. Then they all went quiet. What are they doing? Asked Biff. Why are they looking at us like this? The people put their hands together and raised them in the air. Then they sank down on their knees. They are bowing to us, said Chip. They must think we are important. How strange, said Nadine. The people were not bowing to the children, they were bowing to Fluffy. I don't believe it, whispered Chip. They must think Fluffy is important. I wonder why. The people took Fluffy away. The children followed. Fluffy couldn't believe all this was happening to him. The magic adventure is bad enough, he thought, and now this. The people took Fluffy to the king's palace. The king came out on the steps. In Egypt, king is called a pharaoh, said Chip. This pharaoh looks very fierce. Everyone bowed when they saw him. We better bow too, said Biff. We don't want to get into trouble. A man spoke to the pharaoh. Great pharaoh, he said. See what we have brought. The yellow dog, gasped the pharaoh. The pharaoh took Fluffy inside the palace. Then he clapped his hands. Look after the yellow dog, he said. Give him whatever he wants. Thought Fluffy. I began to enjoy this adventure. I just don't get it, said Biff. Why are they making this fuss so Fluffy? The pharaoh clapped his hands again. Some people ran into the palace. One of them began to paint the portrait of Fluffy. Suddenly, Biff sneezed. The pharaoh saw the children. Strangers in my palace, he shouted. How did they get in? A girl grabbed Chip and Nina. Another one grabbed Biff and Nadine. The girl took the children outside. They took them to one of the pyramids. The people were moving a big block of stone. You all look strong, said a guard. You can work here. The children had to have one of the big blocks. They had to pull the ropes down to side it along. This is hard work, moaned Biff. This is hard work, moaned Biff. These rollers are very heavy. It was time for a rest. The children had to drink from a steam bag. Yeah, said Chip. This water is warm and it tastes funny too. I'd rather have an ice-cold can. The Egypt were carving the stone block. The children had to pick up a craft of stone that fell off. This is hard work too, said Nadine. It's no fun being on the pyramid. Nina looked at the carving. I wonder if they're making a sphinx, she said. A sphinx had a body of a lion, but that doesn't look like a lion's tail. That text looks familiar, said Biff. The carving was finished. I said it looked familiar, gasped Biff. It isn't a sphinx at all. It's Fluffy. At that moment, the parrots came to see the carving. Some Egyptians carry Fluffy. Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. Fluffy jumped down and ran over to the children. Come back, yellow dogs, called the pharaoh. I'm glad it's time to go, thought Fluffy. It was all getting too much of a good thing. What an adventure, said Nadine. I didn't like being on the ancient Egypt. Nina picked up a model sphinx. A sphinx had a lion body and a man's head, she said, but these dogs look a bit like Fluffy. The end.
Good job.